Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitabugHandmaids.com, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited. Today is April the 1st. Yay! That means that I can announce my Club Quitabug free card kits for the month of April. I am so excited about these projects, you guys. Take a quick little peek. They're so cute, they're clean, they're simple, they're crisp, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy them. And this month I am featuring the Weather Together stamp set. I have been wanting to use this stamp set for a while and I decided to save it specifically for Club Quitabug. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you the projects, we'll talk a little bit about the club, and let's get stamping. Alright, so as I said, this month's featured stamp set for Club Quitabug is the Weather Together stamp set. Really great set if you haven't looked closely at it in the annual catalog. Love this set, beautiful sentiments, as well as some fun images to use. So if you are new to Club Quitabug, welcome. All you have to do in order to be a club member any month is place a minimum $35 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store using the host code that I have listed here on the screen. That makes you a club member any month that you do that. The $35 that you spend has to be before shipping and tax. I recommend for this month that you purchase the Weather Together bundle so that you can get the framelits and the stamp set, and together, if you buy these together, you save 10%, which is a really great deal. Now, if you don't have a big shot, no worries. That's the beauty of being a club member. I have die cut everything for you, but if you do have a big shot and you want to make these projects exactly the same in the future, then I would recommend having the bundle. I also recommend this month's featured ink pads, which are basic black. This is the archival basic black. Love, love, love this black. Peekaboo Peach. Love this color. This is one of our in colors for 2016, 2018. And Old Olive. Yeah, I know, kind of a strange color combination, but trust me, you guys, you're gonna love these projects. I was surprised that I chose these colors myself. It just kind of, I was pulling things and then this is what ended up happening. So you're gonna really enjoy it. I actually love these colors together. I would have never thought to use them. These are the products I recommend, these inks and then the Weather Together bundle. In addition to that, I'm also using Stampin' Dimensionals, my favorite adhesive, in addition to Fast Fuse. I will be using, you guys are gonna enjoy this. I'm using the Clear Wink of Stella brush. I recommend this. You're gonna love this. It's on 2 of the projects. Love it. And then I'm also using my paper piercer and my paper snips. Okay, so in your free card kit from me, you are going to have enough supplies to make one of each of this month's featured cards. So here is the first card in this month's free card kit. I love this card, you guys. Peekaboo Peach is just a beautiful color. I absolutely love it, and this card is so cute, and I hope that you can see the shimmer here on the gift box and the handle of the umbrella, and right there. Such a cute card. Love it. So that's card number 1. Here is the second card in this month's kit. I love this card, you guys. I would have never thought to pair Peekaboo Peach with Old Olive, but I love how the 2 come together. And again, you can see we've got the Wink of Stella down here on the handle of our umbrella, and then also right there at the top. Love that. And then here is card number 3. Love this card. Such a pretty card. Clean, simple, and then you've got this beautiful sentiment stamped on that piece of vellum. I love this card, you guys. Such a pretty card. All right, so when you get your kit from me, everything will come nicely packaged just like this. I've organized everything. Envelopes are included with your kit, and then one of the perks of being a club member is you also get a PDF that has all of the measurements for this month's projects, and then I also have every item that I used to create these projects, so that if you want to go back and create them yourself after you finish the kit, you can order the supplies to do that. I only include the measurements and supplies in the kit for club members. You will not find the measurements and the full supply list over on my blog post. That's kind of a perk of being a club member, but I am going to put the recommended supplies that I mentioned at the beginning. All right, now we'll have a full list of all of the benefits of being a club member over on today's coordinating blog post, because you actually get some other little special things from me when you're a club member, and I always forget to mention them in the video. So if you head on over to today's coordinating blog post, you can see a full list of everything everything that you get from me from being a club member each month. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with card number 1. I love, love, love this card. All right, so I've gone ahead and taken out the supplies from the kit for card number 1. We're gonna go ahead and start by doing some Stampin'. So I'm going to take this little piece that comes in the kit die cut for you. This is our umbrella topper. We're going to go ahead and stamp that using our basic black archival ink. And I'm going to stamp using the little umbrella outline that's in the Weather Together stamp set. And the beauty of photopolymer is you can see through your stamp, so you can line this up pretty easily for the most part. So I'm just going to stamp that down. Put some firm pressure just to make sure I get a nice impression. And let's pop that off. And there we go. Ooh, I did a good job. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take, this is the umbrella handle. And I'm going to take that and stamp that on my Whisper White circle here. So I'm just going to ink this up in the basic black. Now this is a pretty thin stamp. We're going to actually stamp it upside down. So you want the handle of the umbrella at the top. So we're going to stamp that right here in the center. And since this is a thin stamp, just be careful with your pressure. You don't want to push too hard and you don't want to rock your stamp. So let's see, that should be good. Looks good. Okay, so I'm going to leave my basic black out. So what I want to do is I want to take this little umbrella here, and I'm going to put this right here, line that up with the bottom of the tip of the umbrella, and I'm going to bring in the little gift because I want to stamp the gift right here, but I don't want it to be on top of our polka dot umbrella. So I guess I'm going to stamp it right about there. Let me look again. I'm going to go ahead and ink that up in the basic black. Yeah, I'm going to stamp it right about there. So I'll move that out of the way and stamp. Okay, there we go. That looks good. And then when we put our umbrella back, okay, that's perfect. Love it. Okay, so now we can put our basic black away. Okay, so before you go to the next step, you want to make sure that your basic black has had a chance to dry, and then bring in your Peekaboo Peach ink and go ahead and squeeze, and you want to get a little bit of ink into the lid because now we're going to use that Wink of Stella brush that I talked about at the beginning, and we're going to use it like a watercolor brush, which is so cool. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of the Wink of Stella down into the barrel, and I'm going to pick up some of this ink. Okay, and then I'm going to color in the tip there of my umbrella, and then I'm also going to go ahead and color in the handle. Okay. Oh, I love how this sparkles. Oh, so pretty. And then I'm going to also color in my little gift here, just the ribbon. But you want to make sure this the basic black is dry, otherwise it'll kind of bleed into your Peekaboo Peach and you don't want that. This is so pretty. I hope that it translates in the video. Okay, so let me just show you guys a close-up of how that looks. So let's see, I hope you can really see the sparkle. Oh, I think you can see it there. Isn't it so pretty? I love how that looks. All right, so we're not finished with our Peekaboo Peach. We're actually going to stamp one more thing with that, but I'm gonna go ahead and flip this umbrella topper over and add some fast fuse. And we are just going to adhere this down right here to the bottom and center it. There we go. And then next I want to stamp the Celebrate sentiment right here off to the left. Ah, love that. Okay, so we can close our Peekaboo Peach. All right, so let's set that piece to the side and let's go ahead and start assembling this card. All right, so I did go ahead and score the Whisper White card base for you just because it is so thick, it needs to be scored before you fold it over. I've also gone ahead and embossed this Peekaboo Peach piece for you. So go ahead and add some strong adhesive to the back of this. I'm using Fast Fuse, and you want to add adhesive all the way around just so that it doesn't lift up on your project. So I'm just going to center that on, just like that. Perfect. And now we're almost finished. Now we're just going to add our little layer here, just right there, and I'm going to use dimensionals to do that. Pretty quick and simple on this card. I love it. So I hope that you guys enjoy these card kits. I love being able to provide these to you all as a free gift, as a thank you for shopping with me in my online store. I just appreciate y'all so much, and I have a blast designing these projects each month, and honestly, I look forward to it. It's a lot of fun, and I get so many wonderful comments from you guys and emails sharing how much you enjoy them, and I love seeing your pictures that you send me of your finished product. It's just really a lot of fun. I love it. Alrighty, so there we go. And look how easy, you guys, that finishes card number 1. So let me just bring in my original, and there you go. Card number 1 is complete. Let's go on to card number 2. All right, so I've got all of my supplies here for card number 2. So I'm just gonna take out the pieces that we're gonna stamp. So let's go ahead and stamp our umbrella topper here first. So we're gonna stamp the topper that has the lines on it, and then we're using, again, our basic black archival ink. So I'm just gonna ink this up really well, and I'm using the twist, twist, tap, tap method since this is a fabric top on that archival. And just look through the stamp and line it up, give a good press. Okay, and let's just go ahead and take that off. There we go. Whoop. There we go, looks good. And then we're going to also use that basic black to again stamp the umbrella handle. So I'm just gonna ink that up. And this time we're gonna stamp at an angle. So let's see. I'm gonna put it right about here. And again, be careful with your pressure. Don't rock your stamp since this is a small, thin image. Be careful. Okay, that looks good. And again, you want to give this a chance to dry before you go on to the next step because it will smear otherwise. All right, so let's go ahead and add our umbrella topper down. I think my ink is dry here, so I'm just going to go ahead and add this down. Let's see. I want to add it, yeah, right there. Perfect. And now I'm going to bring in my Old Olive ink, and I'm going to squeeze it just like we did the Peekaboo Peach. Get some of that ink in the lid and bring in your Wink of Stella. Make sure that you have cleaned off the tip. I've already done that off camera, but clean that off before you swirl it into your Old Olive. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to color in the top part there of our umbrella and then also the handle in the Old Olive. Love this. I just love all the sparkle that this adds. So pretty. Okay, there we go. And then we're not finished with that Old Olive, so just snap that into place. We're going to also stamp the thanks sentiment from the Weather Together stamp set. We're just going to stamp that right here. There we go, perfect. All right, so let's set that to the side, let that do some more drying, and we're gonna go ahead and start assembling the rest of the card. So I'm gonna take my card base and I'm just going to fold it over like that, bring in my bone folder, and give it a nice crease there. Do the other side as well. There we go. Okay, and then we can take our old olive layer and our designer series paper and just add that on using fast fuse. All right, so I've got that designer paper added on, and now I'm gonna add on my ribbon. So you've got enough ribbon here to wrap around and to also tie a little knot. So go ahead and just trim off a little bit there on the end, and we're going to just wrap this around and add it on. Wrap that around the center. So I just put some fast fuse there on the back, and I'm just gonna flip it around. There we go, super easy, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring in some more dimensionals, and I'm gonna add 9 dimensionals to this layer. Okay, so I'm just taking off my backings. And we will get this layer added on to the front of our card, right in the center. Okay, just like that. Give it a press. Okay, there we go. And then next we're gonna go ahead and add the sentiment here, the thanks. We're gonna add that right onto the front as well. And again, I'm gonna use dimensionals, but this time I'm just gonna put 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. That way it doesn't come into contact with my ribbon. Okay, there we go. And we'll just add that right about there, looks good. Give it a press. Okay, and then you've got a little ribbon left here to wrap underneath and tie a little knot, pull, and there we go. Super simple. So let's just clip these ends. Just like that. And there you go. That finishes up card number 2. Love this card. And again, you can see that shimmery wink of Stella. Hopefully you guys can see that. So pretty. So there's card number 2. Let's go on to card number 3. All right, so I've got all of my materials for card number 3 out here. So let's just get some of these things out of the way. I'm going to take out the pieces we're going to stamp on first. Let's move that over there. So we need the vellum, and then we also need the pool party umbrella topper. So I'm going to bring in my basic black archival ink again, and we are going to stamp this little outline image for our umbrella. So again, just look through your stamp as best you can and stamp that down. Let's see how we did. Ooh, that's better than my sample. Okay, and then now I'm gonna line up my vellum. I wanna stamp in the center of this piece. So I'm gonna stamp between these 2 grid lines. And we're stamping the "Sometimes we all need shelter from the storm." Love that sentiment. So I'm just going to ink that up and stamp it right here. Okay, there we go, perfect. So you're gonna wanna make sure that this is completely dry before you start assembling the card. So I would recommend just sitting it to the side or just hitting it with your heat tool so that it can dry quickly. All right, so I'm gonna set these 2 pieces to the side, and I'm gonna bring in the rest of my materials here. So let's start with, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna start with the pool party layer and my doily. So I'm just gonna add the doily on right about here. I want it to hang off just the tiniest bit over here on the right, and I'm gonna have it more in the top right hand corner. And I'm gonna actually add my adhesive onto the card instead of the doily, because whenever I've tried to add it onto the doily, it rips. They are definitely delicate. Okay, so I think that looks good. All right, so next I'm going to add this layer onto here, but I want to first banner my end here, and I'm just going to use my scissors to do that. So I'm just going to cut up the middle, come in at the side, and then come in at the other side. Okay, just like that. Now we've got a nice little banner. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little umbrella handle. I love this silver foil for this. This is a cool little trick that I decided I needed for this card. So I'm going to snip off the top of the handle. I need the handle to be a little bit longer because I want it to extend beneath the sentiment like this. And without snipping off that top, the handle just wasn't long enough. So snipping off that top allows us to have a little bit more length so that we can put that there, and then we can just adhere this piece later. Isn't that so cool? So now we've got a little bit more length on our umbrella so that it extends beneath the sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this piece down, and I'm going to use, I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but I'm using my liquid glue here. All right, so I think my handle has had enough time to dry. So what I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to add the sentiment on. So I'm just going to center it just above the little hook here of the handle, and then I'm going to wrap it around the sides and give it a pinch. Okay, just wrap it around nice and tight, give it a pinch. And then when you remove it, you've got two little tabs, and that's where we're going to add our adhesive, and then that way you cannot see the adhesive on the vellum. So just another little tip for you to help you adhere vellum without seeing the adhesive. All right, so I've got my vellum adhered. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere my umbrella topper. And we'll just put that on in the center right about there. I'm not going to press it all the way down just yet because I want to get this tiny little piece underneath the top, and again I'm going to use some liquid glue to add this down. Okay, so I've got my umbrella all assembled together. I love how this layer looks. So now we can go ahead and we can just add this right on top of our doily layer. Okay, so I've got my fast fuse on the back there, and I'm just going to, whoopsies, I'm just going to adhere this down right about here, just like that. Okay, that looks good. And now we can flip this layer over, and I'm going to go ahead and add this layer on using dimensionals, and I'm going to do 9 dimensionals again. All right, I'm just peeling off the backings of my dimensionals. There we go. And we will just add this layer right onto our pool party card base, which I've already scored for you. And this is a vertical folding card. I love vertical folding cards. So let's just center this up and add it on. Right about there looks good. Give it a press. Okay, so there we go. That looks great. So now in your kit, you'll find that you have 3 large rhinestones, and I've just attached them to some vellum to make them easy for you to find in your kit. I'm going to add those on to my project. I like to put a little dot of liquid glue. These do have adhesive on them already, so you don't have to do this, but I like to have that added security that they won't come off in the mail, so I do add just the tiniest dab of liquid glue. All right, and there we go. That finishes up card number 3. So let's just bring in the original and I love it. Such a beautiful card, you guys. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the cards for this month's Club Quitabug free card kit. I had a great time designing these projects for you guys. I look forward to doing this each month. Don't forget, all you have to do to be a Club Quitabug member any month is place a minimum $35 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store using the coordinating host code. Don't forget to use that host code. That's how I'll know that you're a club member for the month of April, so make sure that you use that. And you'll get this free card kit in the mail from me as a special thank you for choosing to shop with me in my online Stampin' Up! Store. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I will speak to you again very soon. Bye now.